Would you like to be able to make other people like you more? What would your life be like if you were able to build massive amounts of trust and massive amounts of rapport with as many people as possible? In this video, I'll share with you how. Have you ever wondered how to get people to like you more? Well, first of all, I have to possibly burst some bubbles here. There's no way to get absolutely everyone on the planet to like you. It's just not going to happen. There are going to be things that you do, things that you say, maybe even things that you even wear that are going to drive people crazy. I met with someone not too long ago, and they were in my office, and they actually saw a copy of my best-selling book, and he said, "That rubs me the wrong way. I don't like that title." How come? Because it has the word sucks in it. The title of my book is Being Broke Sucks, so stop it. And for whatever reason, he thought that the word sucks was offensive, and so he made up his mind very, very quickly that he wasn't going to like me. Thankfully, I learned some of these tools, and we were able to overcome that, and we ended up having a great appointment. So how do you actually get someone to trust you and like you more? It's all about building rapport. Rapport is a total responsiveness between two people. And you know that you're in good rapport when they are beginning to respond positively to you, and occasionally they will actually begin to match and mirror what you're doing. People tend to like other people that are like themselves. Go figure. People tend to like other people that are like themselves or who are like how they want to become. And there are certain things that you can actually do to increase the possibility that they will trust you and like you. Do you think this could be important if you are, for example, doing a sales presentation? Do you think maybe you would want them to trust you a little bit and actually like what you're doing and like you as a person in order to get them to say yes? The answer is yeah. And so you may want to pay attention to some of these things. There are a number of really simple things that you can actually match in a person to help them subconsciously begin to trust and like you more. One of them is your speed of voice. Have you ever realized that some people just tend to talk really, really slowly? And no matter what you have to accomplish that day, you can't get them to speed up if your life depended on it. No, at the same time, there are some people that come from really, really big cities, and they love to talk, and they just talk really, really fast, and you're like, holy cow, man, how are you in such a hurry that you've got to get 1,000 words out of your mouth? If you want to build rapport, consider beginning to match how quickly they talk. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean make it totally obvious, and if you kind of speak in this type of tone, to suddenly start doing this, it means simply slow down your speed just a little bit and begin to start matching the person that you're trying to get into rapport with. Obviously, again, don't make it super obvious that you're doing so. Make sure that they don't believe that you are trying to mock them in any way. But again, people tend to like other people that are like themselves. And so when you do that, it may actually get them to begin to trust and like you more. Another thing is posture. A lot of people, for whatever reason, they have this notion that they need to have their hands hidden, or some people actually stand up with their hands behind their back. My friend, unless the person that you are with actually has their hands hidden most of the time, it's a really good idea to keep your hands visible. This sends a message to whoever you're talking to that you are open and that you have nothing to hide. If the person that you're talking to kind of leans over like this, then you may consider not immediately, but eventually kind of leaning a little bit the same way or the opposite direction. If the person kind of leans forward a little bit, you may consider after a moment or two also leaning forward. Again, this helps to build trust and rapport. If a person uses certain verbiage, especially if they are looking to purchase something like a home, let's say that you're a real estate agent and a person comes to you saying, oh my gosh, I want the most incredible home that you could show me. If you came back and said, oh my word, I've got this amazing home to show you, that could actually break rapport and get them not to buy. Because even to you, if in your mind an amazing home and an incredible home were the same thing, to them it might not be. And so remember to always match the verbiage that the person that you're talking to uses. Another thing that you could do is look at your notes so you actually remember what you're going to say. That might really, really help, don't you think? Another thing that you could do is to match the gestures that they use. Every now and then you might be talking to someone and they might kind of do this really interesting movement, like, hey, what do you think about this idea here? And of course you give it a moment so to not make it super obvious that you're matching them. And you can say something like, that's a great idea. Let me ask you a question though. What do you think about this other idea here? You may watch as their eyes kind of get wide open and they're like, oh, this person gets me. This person is like me. We're a friend. Another thing that you could watch is how much eye contact the person gives you. Nobody ever wants to feel creeped out. And we've all been there where we've been with a person and they get super, super close to you. And then they sometimes get kind of like this. And they sometimes get kind of like this. And they don't want to break eye contact. And you're like, get away from me, you're being creepy. Because who are the only people that do that? Aliens, that's who. Most people actually break away after a moment or two, true? One thing that you can actually do is you can gauge how long they maintain eye contact with you before they look away. And then what can you do? You gauge that amount of time, and just before they would look away, you briefly look away. You can glance to the side, you can glance at their lips, you can glance just slightly above them, just something to give them a break from that eye contact. Doing so will allow them to keep their eyesight on you or possibly on some sort of product or service that you are explaining to them, and it can actually increase the possibility of you closing a deal. Wouldn't that be awesome? My friends, these are just a few ways. What are some other ways that you have built rapport with other people? Make sure to tell us in the comments below. My friends, you can do it. Love you! Thank you so very much for watching this video. As always, if you found the information useful, please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Please feel free to share this with people that you know would benefit from this. Maybe you know people that are in the sales industry, people that are trying to start their own businesses. Send this video to them. Watch as their sales skyrocket. My friend, as always, if you would like to join us at one of our live events, we have one coming up called Master of Persuasion. Click on the link in the description below to our website, click on live events, and click on Master of Persuasion and get yourself registered. I promise they will be 3 of the most amazing days of your entire life. We'll see you there.